Hey, it's Richie and Wes.
He's Richie.
And he's Wes.
And this is our show.
Trolling social media and asking our sex question of the week.
Pour some wine.
You're gonna need it.
After sex regret stories. Which you threw out there this week, so you know there's a good story. And we got a lot of good replies to thank you all for getting at us at Richie and Wes on Instagram. And of course, thanks Hyrule Commander for reposting the question as well.
Yes, our unofficial third co-host.
Yes, we will be doing a video podcast with him very soon. But he's in the midst of a move, so...
Yeah. We're physically breaking down, and he's breaking down boxes as we speak.
We've both had multiple doctor's visits.
I don't know.
Richie Rich just got back from the doctor.
The longest fucking appointment in life.
I had an ultrasound today.
Who are we? I have to go on a hormone I have to take every day. I'm like, what is this?
I will say, though, they had a little warming situation going for the KY because you have the slather. So when they put that lotion on, I was like, "Ooh!"
Like,
felt very good.
You're all, can I get a massage after that?
Yes. Wow. But yeah, a ton of shit going on in the world, or AKA the world is continuing to go to shit. Are we in end time?
Can it end already? You know me and my patience. At this point.
Can we speed things along?
Can the reincarnation just hurry the fuck up already?
Ooh, put us out of our misery. Wow. Well, in the meantime, I thought I'd start us off with a little travel news. Ever wanted to go to Italy?
Yes.
Have you ever thought about going down the canals of Venice?
I absolutely have, actually. Tell me more.
It is now going to cost you an entrance fee.
God damn it.
Just to get in the city. Mm-hmm. They have so many tourists. First of all, how are y'all vacationing?
Right.
Oh, Omicron is still
right
running around out there.
Or Marion is still running around.
He is still on the loose. And they're clogging up the Venice Canal. So Venice said, look, fuck this. Our city is literally falling apart. We cannot handle this. So they're going to charge.
Child.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, actually, speaking of Omarion, remember that joke from a couple of months ago?
Yes.
He got dragged by his BTK band members just last week. He, I guess, made some... Well, he had a whole versus. You know, they're still doing that damn versus battle. It was him against Mario. And he was horrible. And everyone on Twitter ate him up.
Like, as bad as Ray J?
Like, really bad. Like, he brought out Jeremiah, who was singing horribly. He himself, like, was doing gimmicks, like eating watermelon on stage and bringing out props. It was very embarrassing. So much so that Mario even said, what is going on? Mario won the verses, obviously.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I guess he shaded... Oh, he called his band members his backup dancers.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. So they decided to unleash the shade.
As they should.
And they revealed some tea. They revealed that, first of all, in the beginning, there was not about to be the Omarion show. That they actually wanted to get another member and replace him because he was lacking talent that they thought the group should have. But that they fought to keep him in because those four started the group.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't want to replace a member. They had one more meeting with one more label before their management dropped them, and they thankfully got it. He was never the favorite at first.
Right.
And the biggest bombshell they dropped is that on their first two albums, Omarion's lead vocals weren't him a lot of the time.
I mean...
It was... I'm like, what the J-Lo is happening right now? It was one of the songwriters, Steven Russell. So Twitter went back and was comparing where things were layered over other things, comparing where it was clearly not him at all singing.
Yeah.
I was like,
he's
ooh,
like a Milli Vanilli.
This is good. It was good. So they basically told him to humble his fucking self down, that without them, there'd be no him. He was always the least talented of the group, and they keep their names out of his fucking mouth, basically.
But I mean, he did get them a lot of attention,
He did.
you know. So
The three should just like go on tour without him.
they should. Oh, wow. Well, speaking of shade,
Uh-oh.
I don't even know where to begin with this.
What?
Well, I mean, we have to talk about the huge anti-trans movement really across the world that's been building up and bubbling up for quite some time and has obviously had effects even last year and etc. But it is truly at a boiling point right now.
Everything's just regressing. I'm like, what is going on right now? Like,
People are...
am I about to be slaved?
Yeah,
Like, I don't take orders too well. I'll hide here with Marcel. I'm not about to get captured and put on some damn plantation. You know, I don't like doing manual labor anyways.
It's just like the latest one was Macy Gray, who of course went on Piers Morgan. So first of all,
what kind of a shit show sentence was that?
how does he still have a fucking show?
I don't fucking know.
She said basically anti-trans bullshit about how if you change your parts, doesn't make you a woman. And what would she know? Didn't she used to get made fun of all the time?
From Jump. Yes.
For her appearance and her voice and whether or not she was. I mean, that's just... And what's wild to me is how... Because you know I love to jump down these Twitter threads. Apparently my blood pressure isn't high enough.
We're getting old. We can't afford any more health problems. Please don't anymore. Please don't. I'm begging you.
And there's more and more... I don't know how much of it is bots and whatever, but there's more and more sentiment of like... Yeah, you can't give in to their demands and blah, blah, blah. And like trans women aren't women and all that stuff. Like, no one has ever said a trans woman is a cis-born woman
Yeah, no.
who has a uterus. No one is saying that. We're saying that she deserves to be called she because she is a woman.
Exactly.
She is a trans woman. And she deserves to have the proper pronouns and to be called by her name.
Yes.
Whatever that may be. Even that fucking Republican cunt, Caitlyn Jenner. I would never... I can insult her in so many other ways.
This is a whole laundry list of other things we can insult her about, but...
Rather than being transphobic.
Yeah.
No. So... And a couple people also like walked back some comments they made, like Bette Midler was reacting to something and had...
Yeah, I was like,
people are really sensitive, obviously, to some of the language that she used, and she did come back to clarify, and...
Oh, did she?
She was pretty defensive, actually.
She's getting on my damn nerves lately, honestly.
She said she
Was she going to ruin this damn Hocus Pocus reboot for me?
No, she said she meant all women, and that she was very defensive, because she said she meant all women, and that she has been working for 60 years to help marginalized people, and so... It seemed like a turf moment. Maybe it was a senior moment. I don't know. I think that Midler is the least of our fucking problems. But people who can dead name Caitlyn Jenner or Elliot Page or anyone else and think that that is perfectly acceptable, they can pop right off.
I'm just so done with everyone. Like, why can everyone just shut the fuck up sometimes?
Don't people change their fucking names all the goddamn time?
Yes!
Seriously. Like, we changed our names for this show.
Jesus
Christ. It's just baffling to me. It is baffling. And also, unless you know, if you know, you know. If you're meeting someone for the first time and you're taking someone at face value, what fucking difference does it make?
It just doesn't.
It truly does not. I'm so over it.
So, please tell me you've seen this whole Shawn Mendes situation.
No, I totally thought you were going to say Nick Cannon.
No!
Oh.
Oh, we both have a surprise. This is great. Okay, so...
Why is he...
So, there was this video that went viral of this guy.
Mm-hmm.
It was caught on a TikTok, who was wearing the same shoes and sweater as Shawn Mendes.
Oh,
at the
yes.
same
Yeah,
time.
I did see this.
Did you see what the Twitter detectives discovered?
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. It wasn't the fact that Shawn Mendes happened across someone wearing a sweater that he wears. This kid
Who's a
follows
yes.
around, styles his hair like Shawn Mendes, takes photos in the
Yes.
same poses,
and the
wearing
same clothes. I'm sorry, that's fucking creepy. There's one thing seeing someone that you admire wearing and be like, oh, I want to like put my own little twist on that, or
Right.
like, I'll buy that outfit.
Similar haircut.
But you're making, you're recreating pictures with the same clothes. As this, that's fucking.
I'm not very
weird.
invested in Shawn Mendes, so when
Me
I saw
either.
the pictures side by side, I actually had to pull them up to see who's who.
Yeah,
That's
but they
how
look very similar.
That they look to me.
And he's a Canadian soccer player, which is even more weird. I'm like, what the fuck? What?
What is wrong with people?
Beef up on your security, Sean, because that's that's next level of fucking crazy right there.
Well, it is, but what's also crazy is I did see that, and I saw a comment. Someone was like, oh, well, Sean wears that sweater all the time. Like, bitch, you have way too much time on your hands.
Thank you.
Stalking this person. He wears that sweater all the time.
I mean, it felt like Britney's, Britney's reasonable brown pumps that she's worn for 12 years. We all know that those exist, but
because they wouldn't let her buy anything else.
Exactly.
Yeah, I did see that, and I think that's very strange. And even though I've certainly, had many musicians, especially, or actors, or whoever that I've looked up to, or that I've liked maybe their style, or that I maybe emulated in some physical way, what have you, I don't ever recall being so
invested and fascinated that you're going to recreate poses and pictures and
or just where
hunt down the same shit.
Everything about them.
It's so weird.
I had an ex that was super into Madonna, and he knew stuff about her, like her whole biography and all this shit.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean that I mean, maybe I just don't get passionate enough about things, but okay, so what I thought you were going to say was...
Yeah, I want to see what this is about.
Kel Mitchell's ex-wife...
Oh, yeah, I did see this!
...about Nick Cannon wearing her cheerleading outfit for her husband, dancing around in their bed, cheering him up after he had cheated on her. What? That is first of all, that's a lot to take.
My immediate thought was Scary Movie, where Brenda is wearing the football outfit... That was my first thought. Someone said, well, my second thought is what someone else said. They said, girl, and you believe that story, that's what he was doing in there? Trying to cheer him up?
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, and then, of course, someone else said, I forget who it was now, that said he had, they used to hook up. Or...
Orlando, that kid from fucking That's a Raven. Just the levels of celebrity news this week.
Here's the thing, though. I mean, first of all, this is not the personal information that he's sharing or what have you.
Yeah.
Why are you...
Yeah.
What is her point of posting this years and years after the fact?
I just...
Right?
Don't
to get this on everyone's mind, even if it did happen or even if whatever. I mean, first of all, Nick Cannon has 18 babies, so...
Right.
Really doesn't matter if he's sucked a dick or two or not in his life. It really doesn't make him any less of a Lothario. And what's the point? Where is this coming from?
I don't know.
Why do we feel the need to share these personal things about
out of nowhere?
Right?
It's not like it just happened. You can at least say you're acting off emotion or whatever. People do weird shit. But I'm just this is years ago? Girl, good, what? What was the point of all this?
Exactly. It really is none of our business.
I don't know. People confuse me. They really do. You know who else confuses me? Wendy Williams and her team for her show. Did you see this?
What?
She gave the most bizarre interview to TMZ a couple of days ago.
No.
She was in her apartment. It was very nonsensical, her answers. It was all over the place. She's clearly unwell or under the influence of something.
That is probably why they didn't want her to come back and do her show.
Exactly. There's some cognitive decline led by something, definitely. Be it substances or a medical situation, something's not quite clicking there. At one point, because she was saying that they were asking about her lymphedema, her condition with her feet. And she was like, you know what that is? And they're like, no, they don't. She's like, this is what it is. And she picks up her leg and shows her like giant swollen foot, which is just very like, whoa, okay, that's happening. It's like,
wow.
I'm happy you're showing this, I guess, to give awareness, but it was all just very bizarre. She said she can only feel like 5% of her feet, but she's not in a wheelchair, so she can still walk, so that's good. Because it comes and goes is what happens, I guess, with that disorder. She's working on a podcast, she claims. But it was just... I'll show you the interview when we're done with this.
TMZ is always such a mess, though.
They are.
Have no level of professionalism.
Oh, they totally don't. But even they, in their levels of hell that they reside in, looked like, what the hell's going on right now? And they were trying to like just kind of guide the interview, and she was just, it was all over the place. And a few days later, all of her stuff, like her entire show YouTube, is gone. The last 10 years of videos, gone. And I don't know if that is a legal thing, as in like she's suing them for something, and so they took it down. But anything connected to the Wendy Williams show per social media and the entire 10 years of YouTube interviews, full shows, after shows have just been, it's deactivated right now, which is very bizarre.
Instead, her estate should be making money off of those things, or have some sort of agreement with someone.
Like, you don't have to maintain it. Like, especially YouTube, the videos are there. There aren't going to be any more.
But they should be monetized. Like, someone should be managing the,
So it's very...
That is very strange.
Very odd, but it also could have something to do with her guardianship that Wells Fargo has over her right now. Because remember, they froze her accounts because they thought she was in a position to where she could be financially taken advantage of.
Right.
Which, quite honestly, from this interview, I can see that.
Jesus.
So, I don't know what's going on, but she claims she has a podcast coming. But even, they're like, what's the podcast going to be about? And she was like, well, I've been working, with like this person, like podcast. And, like where we'll be, I mean, maybe Paris, maybe France, maybe London, but podcast. And it's like, what? Huh? What answer is that? It was very just hard to watch.
Wow.
Her poor son, having to deal with his cheating ass father and that whole thing being played out in public, and now watching his mother just like drop from fucking grace. That can't be easy.
No, that's, oh my God, yeah.
Like, what a fucking shit show.
And she obviously doesn't have many people really advocating for her, or, like that was one of the things about like Betty White's career as she got older was she obviously had very good people around her who had been around her for a very, very long time. They took good care of her. She had,
Yeah.
And she always had her house, like, if you don't have that in place, especially if something like this happens.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also, Wendy's burned a lot of bridges. And she admits herself that she doesn't have too many real friends because she doesn't like getting close to people. It's like, well, girl, maybe you should at some point in time. Like, mean, I wish her all the best, but it was very, very awkward.
Well, we are wishing her the best, and we are wishing movie theaters across the country the best in the wake of the Gentle Minions TikTok trend.
Yes, I
in
saw
which
that.
Dozens of rowdy teenage boys go to movie theaters dressed in suits, throwing objects at the screen, screaming, running around, trashing.
They did a mosh pit outside of
mosh pit, tearing screens, throwing bananas at screens.
At first, I thought it was like, oh, this is cute. They're all gonna be wearing suits and going, you know.
Oh, the way they portrayed it.
Yes,
looks very dapper.
And then you get the behind the scenes bullshit, and you're like, these are fucking hooligans.
That just goes to show you propaganda is everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, these kids dressing up.
Look at that! Oh, look at that!
No, they're
destroying everything.
They're causing thousands of dollars worth of damage. Those screens are very expensive for TikTok Live.
I'm just like, it's so stupid.
So they can be part of a TikTok trend.
Fucking stupid. You know what else is fucking stupid? Erika Jayne. Once again.
Erika Jayne?
Oh, yes. She is getting dragged. And I will actually show you why. So, Garcelle Beauvais, decades-long actress, coming to America, the Jamie Foxx show. She's on the show, and she, within 2 seasons, has become everyone's favorite. And the only one who besides Sutton Strack, who's actually on the show, who was calling out Erika during the whole trial thing and asking the questions that everyone wanted to be asking.
Right.
And, you know, like, did you know anything? Because, end of the day, and I always say this, Bravo got lucky with Lisa Rinna because Lisa Rinna is thirsty as fuck.
Right.
Bravo they thought that would happen again with Denise Richards, but Denise Richards was like, I'm fucking Denise Richards, and I'm not dealing with any of this bullshit. I'm doing this shit for fun, and I'm not going to take any of this mistreatment, so she left the show.
Right.
Same thing with Garcelle, only she's sticking around, but Garcelle's going to say what the fuck she wants to say, because she don't need that show. She's been a working actress, a television host, all of the
above. Like, I'm going to make them fire me. Fuck it.
Like, all of the above. And she's just like, again, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do, and I don't care about any of these hoes that are on this cast. I don't need the show. Well, she had a birthday party, and Bravo posted this clip of next week's episode. Erika's wasted, was hitting on Garcelle's oldest son, who is fine, and that I don't blame her for, but the man's married, so like, come on now. But then this happens. Her youngest son comes up, who is 14 years old. All right, we're out. He's grabbing flowers.
Flowers. Out of here. He's gonna out of here. Oh my God! Listen to these ladies. Out of here before you get in trouble. Oh my God.
So, oh yes, she's been trending for 3 days straight after this clip came out, because who speaks to a child that way? He was going to grab his mother's flowers for her birthday. Poor guy was crying. You are a 52-year-old woman cursing at a child for no fucking reason.
Because she is on a reality show, and that's what they do.
And she's fucking wasted. So everyone has rallied against her and is calling for her to be removed from the show.
Oh, God.
And Garcelle has been so classy, as she always is. Even in that moment, she posted her boys, and she says, this is a pose for my 3 gorgeous kings who always give respect to everyone, even when they don't deserve it. Shout out to them. I love some classy shade.
Well, this is not classy. This is...
Oh, God, what?
Trashy. Jerry Harris, who was on the Netflix show Cheer, was just sentenced, I believe, today.
Oh, that was one that was like grooming boys or some bullshit, right?
Literally soliciting sex from minors, pressuring young boys to send him nude photos and videos.
Oh, he was sentenced?
12 years.
Holy shit. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Fuck him.
Yeah, he like paid some 17-year-old to send him a naked video and like all this. Gross.
That's disgusting.
Yes, and I
Also, how is he getting 12, but that fucking Epstein woman's only getting 20?
I thought it was a minimum of 15 for shit like that.
Is it just like state by state, or?
Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, how does she only get 8 more years than him?
I don't know. Well,
that just came to my mind right
she's also
now.
older, so maybe she'll
Oh.
realize it's basically the rest of her life.
Very
but
true.
that bitch needs to name names. Fuck that shit.
Right?
The judge blocking the they need to unlock that.
Uh-huh.
Unseal
Name them.
that
Say
shit.
their names.
We need to know who
I need
is
a full-on expose.
that list.
We need to know if our faves don't need to be our faves anymore. I need everyone exposed.
Mm-hmm.
A fucking mess. But I'm happy that his ass is fucking
Oh hell yeah.
charged. I'm like, that's just, it's just so gross. My mind just doesn't even, my mind just doesn't go there. I don't think I can even get hard for anyone under 24 at this point.
Even when I was a kid, I was like, ugh, kids.
Yeah.
Just never.
And that's never changed for us.
No.
And this is why we're friends.
Exactly. Yeah. Give me like a daddy. Give me, yes, please. Like,
Ugh,
come on.
it's just so gross.
I want to see some crinkles in your eyes when you smile. Oh man. Well, as a palate cleanser, if you haven't seen, Google along the Namor costume reveal for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Admittedly, I think it is a very, very basic ass costume, but it is incredibly comic book accurate.
Oh, yeah.
He always wore the little green tights. He always had the metal wristbands.
Who's that actor?
I don't know, some fucking hot ass.
Oof.
He is fine.
He is. I need to know who this person is.
Yeah, and very little else. So I do appreciate that.
Yeah,
He
give us more man meat.
Yes, bare chested, abs for days. Got like a cute little
Mm-hmm.
kind of necklace thing going on. I think they could have
Maybe
done
the wings
something
on the
cooler. Yeah, the wings on the boots, all that stuff. I think they could have done something a little more interesting. Namor has actually had some like pretty sexy costumes. There's one where he's
I don't even know who this character is, but I'm now all of a sudden invested.
oh, he's kind of like Marvel's version of Aquaman.
Okay, gotcha.
Basically, yeah. But he always is very, very, very naked.
And I'm so here for that.
Yes, but there's other costumes where like they're more armor-ish.
Ooh, yeah.
But it's like
That's
shoulder
good, too.
pads and a collar and nothing else.
Yeah.
Still like tits out, abs for days. So I think they could have
Done a little more.
stepped that up a little bit, for sure. But
I'm happy with it. Give me skin. The more skin in that movie, the better.
you can look at it side by side to the original
Yeah.
character, and it looks pretty dead on.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all.
So maybe they'll upgrade him with
I also need more naked
Technology. Yeah.
M'Baku. Like
Mhm.
I need him to have less fur on.
Mhm.
I understand he's in the snow,
Mhm.
but I need him to go down.
global warming.
You
Is
know
a thing.
exactly, and I need him to have on less. I mean, he didn't have on much in the first movie, anyways. But let's just trim that back a little bit more.
Would not be mad at that at all.
Some fur pasties and a fur thong. That's it.
Mhm.
That's all we need. Sorry, Winston. Yes, we are fetishizing you right now. He's fine.
Yeah, he sure is.
Mm-hmm.
It's your favorite part of the show.
Oh yeah, the sex question of the week.
Sex regrets.
Yeah, it's regrets.
Regrets. Ooh, yeah. The only, I mean, for me, regret is a very useless emotion. Like, either don't do it again, or right. That's really the only
Mhm.
answer. It's really the only answer. That's all regret is good for.
Yeah.
So let it be a lesson to you.
All right.
So we had a lot of we had a lot of replies, and a lot of people had a lot of regrets.
Oh. When he wasn't attractive and couldn't suck dick.
Oh, double whammy.
Lyft customer. Oh,
Hmm?
hello, Lyft driver. Blew him and swallowed. I didn't know if he was clean, so I panicked. Can we stop using that word?
Yeah,
That's so
clean
obnoxious.
is one of those words I think that frames something in a
Mm-hmm. Let's just
certain way.
stop that, but we won't go
Yeah.
too into that. But
Yeah. It's just, I mean, I think we could say,
and we won't. Y'all know what we're talking about. You're smarter than that.
Yeah.
All right. We never name anyone that sends us any answers.
No.
But I will with this one because it's Hyrule Commander, so I doubt he's going to care. The virgin that followed me around like a puppy. ... Ugh. Then I was the bad guy.
Oh.
I need more of a story for this.
Yeah, I need to understand.
We'll talk about that on our Zoom
Okay,
next week,
clarify
hopefully.
that.
Someone said LOL too many. Ha ha ha. We're good. Let's just let it slide.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. He began texting his girlfriend immediately after. He also said he was single and did not mention he was bi.
Oh, Jesus.
So every week we ask a question, and then every week I'm baffled by a few of the answers.
Uh-huh.
We said, tell us about a regrettable sex hookup, and you said, too drunk to remember.
What?
Then how do you
The other
know?
person got a pass. The too many to count, you get a pass.
right.
This person does not.
Questioning your behavior, regretting a choice that you've made, that is an understandable thing to happen. Using a particular set of language, we can do better. But this is what? If you do...
No.
remember...
Then why are you answering us? I need everyone to do better. Reading is fundamental.
Well, this person has a very
I'm afraid
ongoing
your
issue.
your eyes just
Apparently
opened all the way up
Yeah.
like a cartoon character. So now I'm very much concerned / intrigued about what this person is going to say.
Whenever my boyfriend doesn't give me food after I do all the dirty, kinky stuff that he likes. Wow.
Are you locked in like a dungeon
Right?
or something? Is he
Like
like
this
sliding you like
sounds like-
your gruel like every 3 hours? I'm so confused. What?
This sounds like an ongoing issue.
Why is he withholding food from you? Why can't you feed yourself?
Right?
There are so many questions for this. Are you okay? Do you need help?
Oh, send us another DM.
Yes.
This one, every word is capitalized like it's the title of an essay.
Oh my god.
And I
can't.
really love it because
I need to know what this
it
is.
actually could be like a HuffPost editorial piece.
Oh no, what?
I once met a hot guy that turned out had a micro penis and he insisted on humping me. I let him.
Oh my god.
It really tells a story.
Wow, that was definitely we love these journeys that you guys give us in like a sentence or two.
Whew. Wow. Okay, this one,
Uh-oh, what?
well, this is obviously regrettable because you should know better. I hooked up with a friend's brother who jumped me. I don't know if he means like
Oh.
he jumped on him or
Or did you-
initiated things. I found out afterwards that he was underage.
Uh-oh.
Y'all, this is supposed to be
Okay.
your friend.
How do you not know this? Oh god.
There might not be a statute of limitations on that. You probably shouldn't have told us that.
Uh-huh. I was like, are we incriminating ourselves right now? Are we gonna end up in court again? No, I'm kidding.
Great.
catfished by extremely dirty, unattractive old man on Grindr. I did it anyways. Regret.
Oh. I mean, at least half of that is your own fault.
Yes. But good for you for not making him feel unwanted.
I mean, I guess.
You know, you probably made his night. Couldn't be me, but I'm glad it was you.
Wow.
Uncle was hot. And then post-nut clarity made me sick to my stomach. Again, should we be divulging this?
We need a lawyer for this show.
Right, we definitely do. Marcel ain't cutting it. He has too many hats as it is, and he's not even wearing any of them.
No. Oh my god. Wow.
Oh god. All of it, always, every time. If you heard that in the background, that was my eyes rolling in the back of my head. Right. We finished. He texted his best friend, told him he loved him. I was a placeholder.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Well, that would definitely make you feel empty inside.
Yeah, it made me feel empty inside. I wasn't even there. Wait, huh? I'm so confused. Oh. Gotcha. Using the L word during the heat of the moment, and the other guy takes it literally.
Oh.
At first I was like, lesbian? I'm like, wait, no.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, yeah.
The 4-letter
Oh,
L
I
word.
can see that. And I've been there. It slips out sometimes in the heat of the moment. All right. Oh, okay.
You're like, oh, yeah,
Oh my
I
God!
love-
Thank you for this person for doing a 1 of 2 and then a 2 of 2,
Oh,
so we
thank
can see
you.
it. They must know that Instagram is stupid as fuck and
They
does
must
not.
be a regular listener of the show.
Yes.
to where
Thank
we
you
get
for this.
Very confused with long stories because they get like
You're gonna get a follow back,
Yeah.
sir.
Mhm.
We're not gonna name you, but still, we'll follow you back.
We'll find you.
Right. Hooked up with hung guy at a bathhouse without talking. It was so hot. He even let me flip. Afterwards, he just kept going on and on, even put his number in my phone.
Hmm.
That doesn't seem that bad.
Oh my god, he wanted to talk.
That just doesn't seem that bad to me. I've done that before. Can I hook up with you? No, I'm kidding. Okay. Oh, lordy. Paid an escort to suck him outdoors. He came within 30 seconds. Never did this again.
Oh wow. Can you ask for like a refund on that?
Right! See, that needs to be in the contract.
Mm-hmm.
You will last at least 30 minutes.
My husband has a thing for cowboys, but they all just lie there like uncomfortable logs. I don't know if this is a response to our question.
Right? I'm like, did you just need the vent? I mean, we're here to listen if anyone's, needing to vent about something, but that was a little off kilter.
Does the guy from yesterday, whom I asked to get out after half an hour of sucking a flaccid thing, count?
Oh, man. What was that giggle for? Now I need to know what this is.
This one is just like, it's bottom things. Because this person said, I drove 45 minutes to go see him, and then he busted a nut in 5.
And he hadn't eaten all day long?
He was like, yeah, still horny on the way home.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Sorry for you guys.
And in this economy, with that amount of gas?
Right? Wow. Okay, Richie Rich. You came up with this week's sex question, so.
So, trigger warning. Bodily things. There's this really fucking hot guy. I mean, this Latin god looking man that I met. We're making out. He invites me to his house. This seems like it's going to be great. He whips it out. It's a gorgeous fucking penis.
Mm.
Until he pulls back the foreskin.
Mm.
And it was my first time seeing this. And smelling this. And I had to abruptly leave.
Mm. You're like, I have to go.
I was like, you couldn't have taken a shower real quick?
Or at least use the restroom for like
Something.
2 minutes,
I'm like,
wash off.
oh
in
my
the sink.
God. Oh. I'm still traumatized to this
What do
day.
you expect you to do?
I don't know, but I did what the fuck I knew I was gonna do.
Like get some Bounty towels, wipe it off. Shit.
I'm like, oh man, this is
It happens.
This is
it's natural.
not what I
Oh my
wanted to
God.
experience right now in
Yeah.
real life. No.
Mm-mm.
See, I'm already getting there. I'm like,
Yeah, no.
I'm like, why didn't we not bring out the second bottle of wine?
Oh God.
Ah!
We'll be
Marcel, fetch.
Yes.
And I have one more.
Oh.
So me and my friends, because we all used to close at the bar I used to work at, we would go to after hours because we wanted to drink like everyone else did. And we actually didn't drink
Yeah.
at the bar.
Right.
So we go to after hours, and at any after hours, there are going to be salacious things going on, drug use out in the open.
Of course.
We
It's
didn't give a
LA.
fuck about that.
Yeah.
We didn't care that there was a bar open till 5 a.m. so we could actually be normal people and have a drink and, socialize. So there's also, with, substances being around and whatnot, you'll find that there are people who become very much so sexually fluid.
Mhm.
They want to explore things because it's 4 a.m. at this point, and
Right.
whatever drug they're on has decided to
Yeah.
take hold. And
Stimulate them in
yeah,
certain ways.
so this is a really hot guy. This is how all my stories of all my regrets sound. But he was like a Dave Navarro type looking thing. So I was like, ooh, I'm liking this, whatever. So we're talking. He starts opening up a little bit more. And he decides to let me know that he has never sucked a dick before or gotten his dick sucked by a guy before. Me being a connoisseur,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, well, if you want, we can go in the bathroom. We can knock this out for you. Knock out your bucket list real quick.
Might as well check that off.
So we go in there, and he immediately kisses me. The kissing was great. I'm like, oh, this is great. This is awesome. And I go, and I start sucking him off. And that was nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said he really wanted to return the favor.
Okay, so far so good.
And then he puts it in his mouth, starts to gag. No, he didn't throw up, thank God.
Oh my God, I would have died.
But it was just like so horrible. And then there were teeth.
No.
And then he was like, I can't do this. And runs out of the bathroom, like sprints. Like Forrest Gump when he runs out. Yes.
Oh my God, out of his braces.
I'm like,
There you are, dick in hand.
right? I'm all that. I'm like, did he slice me? Like, I'm like, maybe you're best just receiving it, because you're going to need a couple of lessons before you start giving anyone else head. 'cause-
You know what, though? I don't understand that.
Me
Let just-
either.
Gay men, especially.
Did you not have a push-up popsicle when you were a fucking child?
Right?
You didn't have a bomb pop? Did you bite that? No, you just sucked on it.
Right.
It's not rocket science.
It's
like
not.
the basics are very easy.
Really
Now, to be extremely good at it, maybe you have
Sure.
some tricks that you get used to and whatnot.
Yes, there's some tongue
But, I mean,
swirling, there's this, there's that.
Dick
But
sucking 101 isn't that fucking difficult.
No, you roll your lips back over your teeth and you
And you go.
know,
I
get going.
it was just.
Whew, yeah, I don't understand that at all.
Yeah.
Well, all my regrets are from when I used to do drugs, because there were so many times where it was a hot guy,
Mhm.
but we were both doing drugs, and so it led to weird encounters that I still did. Anyway, like there was this guy that I hooked up one time who literally had a trigger warning, scab on it.
What?
I did not do anything with that
Oh my god.
area. But he was like, oh yeah, I jerked off too much. And I'm like, okay. And yet here I am, like, still letting him do things to me. I'm like, what is wrong with me?
Oh, that is. Oh.
Weirdo.
Yeah.
And then another time,
I don't think I've ever encountered a scab on a penis before. Oh.
I mean, he put his underwear back on, thank God. But yeah, I was
Oh.
still like, why am I letting this person touch me?
Mhm.
Where else are
Drugs.
scabs at? And then another time, there was a few of us hanging out,
Mm.
and like there was sort of like gonna be a group thing going on or whatever. And then, of course, there's always one more person coming to the party,
Oh,
and then
God.
that person arrives and sat on my couch and literally shot up drugs between his toes.
Okay.
And then we all had group sex. And I just
Wow.
thought, that might be as close as I'm going to personally come to a rock bottom. Even
Yes.
though I'm not the one shooting myself up between my toes, everyone was just like, like, do you know what I mean?
Oh, that's so random.
Yeah. And then I still did it. So those were regrettable situations.
Yeah, I can understand why you would say that.
And that's why I stopped doing drugs.
This is the say no to drugs sex question of the week, apparently.
Whew, wild times. When I am telling you the fact that I am alive and healthy and not in jail and many other things, yeah, there were some wild times.
Sounds like.
Yeah. Which again, regret is a useless emotion. I mean, certainly I regret a lot of things, but the only thing I can do is not repeat those behaviors
Exactly.
anymore. So,
Good
so
lord.
there you go. Yes.
Wow.
Now, I mean,
You trump mine.
now, I really try to think about the parameters in which I'm operating, and therefore I have no regrets.
There you go. You are now in control.
Yes.
And we are also in control of ending the show. Sorry if we grossed anyone out, but we gave y'all trigger warning, so there you go. You can't blame us.
It's better than Twitter. All right, everybody, thanks for listening. Be sure to check out our sponsors and our show notes and save some money by using our coupon codes. Until next time,
Goodbye.
bye.